seriously suggesting that Jesus Christ was a mushroom?
Put pretty blankly, yes.
Pow!
Surely you don't suggest that Jesus Christ and his various disciples were not human creatures?
Yes. You are dealing with a secret cult, a secret society. The stories of the New Testament contain certain incantations, certain magic names, which were really the names of the mushroom.
No, but the writers, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, these men who wrote the story, you are telling me they did not exist?
No.
None of them existed?
No, it's part of mythology. It's part of mushroom mythology.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. Is the Hood Mystic representing hoodmystic.com. Here to do a quick little video because I want to do a quick little video. I was cleaning up, doing some moving around, and I saw this book. Let me see if I can find it. Saw this book, The Essential Law of Attraction Collections, The Teachings of Abraham. Book is 600 pages. At the very end of the book, you could probably miss it, page 623, flawed premises. She gives 22 flawed premises, and I just feel like sharing them for people who are on the spiritual journey like I am. And you need some support along that journey. I think everybody is talking about Kanye West, Charleston White, the NFL, the NBA, and a whole slew of other humanistic things. Or spirituality is sensational and it's all about being the latest and greatest, having the best thing going. But just for regular folk who are seeking something divine, I want to have a conversation with you all. But this conversation don't help anybody. It's going to help me. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Gloria. Thanks for joining me. And while y'all here, might as well hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And let's just get into this. It is a waning moon. And as we prepare for a powerful solar eclipse, new moon, I try to purge a lot of things. I try to cleanse. So every waning moon, I do a cleanse. I've been doing it, for the longest. But drink more water, detox more, and just try to be as pure as possible. As I not really set intentions, I don't really do that any longer. I seek to align with my soul and where my soul is leading me on this journey. Peace, Kim. On this journey is weird. Peace, Marvin. It's not like everywhere that you're going and everything that you do is perfect because you've elected to understand the spiritual nature. For me personally, I've dealt with a lot of mental health issues that I had to heal, whether I couldn't afford psychology or psychiatry or neurobiology or the latest and greatest of healing the mind. I had to use occult and spiritual technology to heal my connection to source. So I just want to continue that conversation for anybody who is having a difficult time. The purpose of this conversation is law of attraction. So one of the things we know about law of attraction is that we don't have to sit and say, I want this, I want that, and draw out a large diagram and a flow chart and a graph to get what we want out of life. It's a certain understanding that we, me, you, are spiritual beings having a human experience. So let's just dive into these 22 flawed premises. I'm getting this off the internet. You could just Google it like I did, 22 flawed premises, Abraham Hicks, or you can get the book for about, get it in the camera. You can get the book for about $12 on Amazon. But we all can afford a little law of attraction in our life. So once again, what is law of attraction? It is not us wishing upon a star. It is aligning with our soul. Our soul is our divine portion. Our soul is where we came from. Our source is where we're going to. And so I just want to inundate and reinforce some of these spiritual concepts and end the video. The purpose of this video, if you can go through these 22 concepts, read them with me, be active in the chat, and just have a conversation in reference to your spiritual beingness, even as we go through each flawed premise. If you want to write it in the chat, but if you resonate with this, if this makes sense to you, affirm it, take a note, remember it, because I've actually read through this and I said, I need to read through this again, because even though I've read through this 100 times, right? I know this. I can still get down to myself. I can easily forget. So please don't think, that just by listening to it, you're going to grasp it. Just by taking notes, you're going to grasp it. Really understand, overstand, and get adjusted to being aligned with your soul, not having to pick and point what your life should or shouldn't be, but being in true alignment, not comparing yourself to Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Beyonce, none of them people, but you are your own unique self. You are God. You are spiritual. You don't need to buy a course. You don't need to buy a product. You don't need to eat nobody's ass. All you need to do is wash your ass. And pretty much you tapped into the level of ascended masters and bodhisattvas. The only requirement is wash your ass. One's in the chat. I mean, if you can't wash your ass, I really can't do nothing with you, right? Right? That's the bare minimum. We gonna wash our ass, but other than that, we are divine beings having human experience. So let's get into some flawed premises. So what is a flawed premise? Google is your friend. Flawed premise definition. It's interesting you say you don't set intentions anymore. You are in alignment. Yes. Yeah, I mean, on this channel, for a long time, I've kind of moved, because, studying every new moons are the times where you set intentions. If you actually believe that you're going to set intentions and get everything that you intend for out of your life, and you are going to go crazy. That's not true. What I seek to is understand the journey. It's like being on a train, right? And what human being can control a train? Like, you can't. You'll get ran over by a train. You can sit your ass down, though, and enjoy the ride and be like, oh, look, the mountains. Oh, look, my baby mama. Oh, look, little light-skinned girl like me, and enjoy the ride, or trying to manipulate and contort every moment, but that's kind of futile. We're on a rock that's traveling, so they say, millions of miles through the universe. The decisions that we make or don't make aren't as important as we think they are. So, a false premise. A false premise is an incorrect proposition that forms the basis of an argument or syllogism. This is very important. I gotta open the page up. Since the premise is not correct, the conclusion drawn may be in error. Since the premise is not correct, the conclusion drawn may be in error. And I think that's an important sentence. And with the things that are important, they're hard to sink in. So we'll come back to this. The first flawed premise. If this resonates with you, enter it into the chat if it resonates with you. And wait till I explain it. And after I explain it, if it resonates with you, enter it in the chat so you can enter it into your understanding, right? Because important things are usually hard to grasp, right? How many times your mama said, wait till you get married, stop being so fast, stop thinking with your lower self, right? And it went in one ear out the other, right? When you get old and crusty and dusty, now you like, damn, my mama was kind of making sense. I would try to listen to my mama. So we already know important information is hard for us to digest, so we might have to work a little harder for us to really grasp it. I think what we're entering in the phase of realistic spirituality, being in the spiritual community, for lack of a better words, for so long has been the understanding that spirituality or grasping spirituality or understanding or adapting spirituality is something that is easy. I've come to the realization that I was on like this crazy stream of consciousness, and I just got I was somebody else was talking through me, and I just kind of awakened to that. That was kind of weird. But anyways, let me center. Spirituality is not easy. So I'm imagining that some of y'all is cool with having dirty asses. That was the last time I was conscious. Other than that, I kind of channeled. I can't wait to listen to this again and see what the fuck I just said for the last 5 minutes. Premise number 1. Is y'all all right? Everybody good? I know it's late when we talking about spiritual things. I know y'all want to talk about Kanye West, but I refuse. I refuse. That's not even important to me at all. It's like the dirt on my shoes. What up, good? What up, good taste? What up, Kasha? I am either physical or non-physical, either dead or alive. As a human being, you are alive and then you are dead. And everything hinges upon these two juxtapositions. The reality is that you are both. If you weren't tapped into source, you wouldn't be alive. And when you are not quote unquote alive, you are part of source. The reality is that you are immortal. So when you look at your physical vessel, you look at your 10 fingers, your 10 toes, you look at your skin complexion. These are physical attributes of your human beingness. When you think about your emotions, your thoughts, your sense of humor, your disposition, your personality, these are non-physical aspects that are usually tied into physical experience, but also spiritual attributes, for lack of a better words. So the main issue of thinking that you are alive, solely alive, is that you're not tapped into your dead energy or your soul energy or the energy that you'll go to or the energy that you came from. So if you're inundated on just being alive and you fear the other side, one of the blocks to your law of attraction is simply that. So what I hope is for, if you're in a whatever situation, that you meditate and understand and understand and vibrate to the fact that you, because you are alive, you are also of soul substance. And because you have a physical vessel that is animated, you are also of non-physical substance. Don't get so fixated on the physical. Don't get so fixated on the alive. Tap into the non-physical or the source or the soul. Flawed premise number 2. This is very important. My parents, because they were here long before I was born, and because they are my parents, know better than I do what is right or wrong for me. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, how these things make you feel, they come from you. When you look for advice from other people, it's probably because you haven't looked for advice from your soul. The pedestals that you put your parents on is a flawed premise. At a spiritual level, your parents are the vessel or the vehicle for you to exist. That's pretty much all they had to do. The rest of it is up to you. How much can you tap into your soul? Versus how much can you put on the stock on my parents wasn't this and my parents wasn't that. Spiritual beings, you're far above and beyond that kind of conversation. Flawed premise number 3. All of these are important, but this is an important one. If I push hard enough against unwanted things, they will go away. Anything you pay attention to grows. So if you pay attention to your troubles, if you pay attention to your depression, if you pay attention to the things that bother you, part of the reason why I did this video is because I was bothered, for a lack of a better words. Not severely bothered, but bothered enough to do something positive with my energy. Because sometimes when you want positive things to happen to you, this is my logic. I need to pay attention to positive things. Sometimes you can look at the negative things, pay attention to it, and it's not that we want them to go big. It's not that we want them to grow bigger. It's just because we pay attention to them that way, they grow bigger. So, very important to not try to get rid of things, right? But really fixate and focus on your vibration and your energy. Because I guarantee you, all of the troubles and all of the issues that I plagued myself, like I've really sought solutions. I really sought solutions for problems, and I never found them. I never found the solution when I was searching for the solution. Even right now, there's problems in my life, and I'm really working hard to find a solution, but I know the solution. The solution is raise my vibration, raise my energy, do the things that I need to do, right? And not fixate and focus on the problem so much. So, if you're anything like me, I hope that is helpful. Flawed premise number 4. I've come here to live the right way of life and to influence others to the same right way of living. Peace, 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 Kim, peace, Kasha, peace, Ash, peace, Justina, peace, Tech. Peace, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and leave a like if you don't mind. We're going through 22 flawed premises, right? Trying to resonate on a spiritual level. Sometimes it's hard to develop spiritual conversations because everybody want to talk about Kanye West and what he's doing or what he ain't doing. But the reality is that you have a heart, you have a mind, you have emotions, you have a flow, you have a spiritual beingness. And tonight, I just want to speak to that. I'm not asking for no money. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm just hoping that, we can share positive energy and, seek oneness, right? And seek understanding because I know that you are important, because I'm important, because I'm unimportant. But I also know that even though I'm unimportant, I am very important. And this is what I feel for all of us. So, flawed premise number 4. I've come here to live the right way of life and to influence others to the right way of living. The reality is that whatever you decide to do, sell pussy at a truck stop, sell pussy at a bus stop, sell pussy in your living room. You can decide to not sell pussy at all. You could work at a factory. You could do cartwheels. You could move to Maine and live on a fishing boat and, ride on the back of killer whales and, do your Free Willy rendition. It's a whole variety of ways that you can live your life. And you know who's going to say something about it? Nobody. Everybody has the opportunity to live the life that they want to live. And if you think for 1 second that if you was going to live somebody else's life that you was going to be happy, that's a flawed premise. What does a flawed premise usually lead to? Since the premise, proposition, or assumption is not correct, the conclusion drawn may be an error. So if it start off bad, it's going to end off bad. So many times we seek to live the life of others and wonder why. Wonder why things aren't clicking. There is no right way. It's only the way that your soul tell you to live. And sometimes your soul tell you, girl, you better go to that bus stop and twerk it like you work it. Y'all know I like to joke. So if it ain't funny, you just don't sense the humor that I'm putting off. And I apologize. Flawed premise number 5. Because I'm older than you, I'm wiser than you, and therefore you should allow me to guide you. These elders ain't shit. But let me say it again. Them elders ain't shit, shit, shit. Elders ain't shit, shit, shit. All night long. Y'all can prove me wrong. You ain't got shit. 'Cause elders ain't shit. You think they gonna teach you, but you need you to get into your soul. Prove me wrong. That's the Cisco Thong song remix. Elders ain't shit. I'm gonna say that again. Some of y'all is so locked in. Some of y'all so locked in with y'all elders and wondering why your life so fucked up. How about I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm about to say this because this about to be fucked up. I don't even want to say it. I'm gonna just keep it to myself. Just know that you need if your elder told you to put on a wig, you need to start listening to your soul. Elders ain't shit. I'm not saying that elders ain't shit. But I'm saying don't tell me because you're an elder I'm supposed to lick your ass. People like to use that elder shit. Cause when they was in their 20s and their 30s, they was smoking crack. They got some gray hair. You know how to wino be real wise at the liquor store. One's in the chat. The wino be kicking knowledge. Yo, elders ain't shit. Remix. Y'all ever go to the post office and the wino be outside and got all the wisdom and knowledge and will talk to you for 30 minutes? You enlightened. Those are your elders. Am I throwing shade? Absolutely not. Where do you get your wisdom from? Your soul, so. Not your elders. Flawed premise number 6. Who I am began the day I was born into my physical body. Wrong. Who you are existed way before your physical body from a spiritual level. These are things that you must understand, and overstand, especially when you're frustrated, especially like what you're going through. You've probably gone through it millions and millions of times. And let's just say this. Let's go 10 years ago when you was on bullshit. Remember 10 years ago when you was in that situation, you ain't know how you was going to get out of it. Is that situation important now? No. You do that till you 85, 90 years old. That's what your whole life is. Set tripping over nothing. So if at some point you could just let that shit go, first off. And the second point, who are you? Like really get into the science of who you are. You are not the person that was born on such and such date. You are not the person. So when you're talking to people, when you're going to work, when you're taking a shower, when you're cooking dinner, when you're driving in the car, and you fixated on what's going on in the physical world, for a second or two, realize that your consciousness existed way before any of this shit was created and is going to exist when this shit is over with. With enough effort or hard work, I can accomplish anything. The vortex. What is the vortex? The vortex is everything. The vortex is everything you want. And then 16. And every new moon, I've been talking about setting intentions. So I would be a damn crazy person to get in front of y'all and say, every time I set intentions, I got what I manifested. It never worked that way. Maybe I was doing something wrong, or maybe what I've come to understand about intentions is more about alignment and more about acceptance. I could complain. I always could have complained. But the thing about complaining, you ever notice how you can look back and be like, damn, I really had it sweet back then. but I was too busy complaining. Have y'all ever felt that way? Have y'all ever felt that way? Look back in y'all life where things was actually good, but you didn't recognize it to be good and you was complaining. Am I a crazy person for saying that? Am I crazy for saying that? So how do you know you're not doing it now? How do you know you're not doing it now? How do you know that you shouldn't be grateful for where you at this moment versus complaining about it because you can complain about it? So in your hard work, maybe that's futile. Maybe the work is being grateful, like really being grateful for some shit that you might feel is really fucked up or you really not okay with, or you can't understand why spirit would have you in this position, put you in this predicament, and things of that nature. What if spirit put you in this position because you're supposed to be here? You need to be grateful because it's a springboard to your next step. Or the fact of you complaining is blocking you from your blessing. Or complaining has always blocked you from your blessing. How about that? So, false premise number 8. To be in harmony with another, we have to want and believe the same things. The most important part about the relationship is that I'm able to follow my soul. The most important part about the relationship is that my wife is able to follow their soul. In the path of being able to follow your soul, you might not think that it's okay. And maybe it's not okay. Maybe your partner got a real big problem with how you live your life and the decisions that you make. But what you gonna do? Is you gonna stay or is you gonna leave? Because you shouldn't predicate the relationship on whether I'm doing what you need to do versus what I ain't doing, and none of that. I tell people all the time, my wife might wake up and say I'm moving to Hawaii. Sans kids, sans husband. Only thing I'm taking is credit cards. Make sure there's money on these cards because I'm going to need money when I go. I'll see y'all later. Bye. And shut the door. The reality of a person's soul, like you cannot be in a relationship and be like, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. Because now you saying you need to want and believe the same things that I do. That's why y'all ass stay single, because y'all can never establish a real relationship with somebody hoping that they do the things that you want them to do. 9 times out of 10, you ain't never going to do the shit that he wanted to do. You ain't. I was watching this thing with Ray J and Princess. I ain't even going to try to show the video because that's too much like right. And he was like, you was always with me. You was always with me. Every time I was with a girl, you was always with me, right? Dudes, y'all can't never think because she doing a threesome with you because she want to do the threesome. She want the threesome because you want the threesome. And she was like, yeah, I tried the threesome, but eventually I just what my thing. Now he confused. he thought he had him a ride or die. That they get you. I think that's the new thing. They gonna do 2 to 3. They got to lock you in. They gonna do 2 to 3 threesomes. You gonna get the wedding ring and everything. You're like, man, I got me a trooper. Ain't gonna never get another threesome for another day in your life. Ain't gonna never happen, boy. You thinking like, when was the last time? 15 years ago. Yeah, I thought I had me a trooper. The first month was lit. Real Joe ass saying real good. I don't agree with that one. You don't have to want and believe the same things. That's what I said. You don't. That's the point. You can't be in a relationship and hope that a person thinks and wants the same things as you. You have to follow your soul. If following your soul makes a person mad, then that's not the person that you're supposed to be with. Because a person's supposed to be following their own soul. They ain't supposed to be micromanaging you and seeing what you're doing and what you ain't doing. It's really personal. But a lot of times we ain't taught personal journeys and personal development. Flawed premise number 9. The path to my joy is through my action. We always think we have to do something to be in joy, but joy is found on the inside. Joy is how you feel. Joy is how you think. It's people that do things that are like the things that people want to do. The money, the things, and whatever. But on the inside, they're not happy or not enjoy. So all of the things that they're doing, all of flying from coast to coast and up and down all around the world, still not giving them what they're looking for. Because you could look all over the world for something that you need to find within yourself. So once again, the path to my joy is through my actions. Sometimes we can feel bad that we're not I'm not doing the thing that I want to do. So now I'm sad. But joy is a feeling. Joy is an energy. Joy is an emotion inside. Flawed premise number 10. I cannot have everything that I desire, so I give up some things that are important to me. I cannot have everything that I desire, so I have to give up some things that are important to me in order to get others. This is lack thinking. If y'all read like Wallace D. Wattles, The Law of Opulence, The Science of Getting Rich, these books teach you about abundance thinking or prosperity thinking, where it's like this small piece of the pie that we all kind of can get little pieces off of. And I don't know what that was. The wind. I'm outside. I got me a little man cave, and it's ghetto as hell. Yeah. So prosperity thinking is very important in the reference of law of attraction. It's very important for me. Like, I know what it's like to just not have no money. Like, just not have no money and never know how to get money. Just broke as hell. Even when I'm working. Like, I'm the type of person that get paid on Friday and been broke on Saturday. I was just always that type of person. I'm just that type of person. And so I knew that I had a real bad problem with money, like a horrible problem with money. Like, it was just like I had a problem. So I would have to like really work hard to just, and I'm not nowhere near done, but like I had to build my understanding of like money and just how to get it and just what the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it was just one of those things that I just did not understand, right? So I would read Wallace Waddles, I would read James Allen, I would read or I would listen to Abraham Hicks, and I would really practice, and I would really practice because I was broke as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was broke. So something had to work, something had to crack. And it's not to say like I'm like rich or nothing like that. I'm just saying I know how broke I used to be. And I know how I've matured and grown in that area because I've practiced and implemented abundance consciousness. I don't think that is this small piece of the pie. I know that it's enough money for everybody and it's enough money for me. And so what that does is like it's things that I have to do. It's plays that I have to set up and I'm holding myself back. Right? I could think like, I'll never have enough or, you know, whatever whatever mental thing that was plaguing me. Um, and really just internalizing the fact that I'm not going to get what I want. Like you can really think that. Like I'm not going to be able to have what I want. And the crazy thing about the law of attraction is that you'll be absolutely right. So challenge that. If you're struggling and you find yourself struggling, really challenge where you're struggling at, right? Was like, what do you say to yourself? Like, because for me, I would tell myself, I'll never have money or I'm going to be broke and shit like that. And then when it came to getting money, I felt like I would have to compromise my time and my energy and everything. Like I would have to work and be at a job, and I don't feel like I'm above working a job. I don't mind working a job. I was working a job like 3 months ago. Like I'm not above working a job, but what I'm saying is that I choose jobs now. Like it's fun to work a job now because it's like all extra money. But at the same point, I don't be like, oh my God, if I don't have this job, like I'm gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I used to feel like that. I would have such an unhealthy attachment to my job because if I felt like if I got fired from my job, I would have no way of getting money. And I don't feel that way at all. And that's because it's abundance thinking. So practice it, learn it, understand it because it does work. I'm a testament of that because I don't know. I'd be broke as hell. I was the same. It's rewarding when you implement self discipline. It results to saving. It's not even the money, but the achievement of self discipline that's rewarding. Hell yeah. Like I got kids, so my biggest fear was not being able to do shit for my kids because I was broke type shit. And you could think that, like you can think and become that, and part of life is learning that you create your situation. Like since everybody can have any situation that they want, if you find yourself in a fucked up situation, especially financially, you created that shit. And I'm not even saying like I'm in the best financial situation, but I know to get out of it, I have to really like align, like really align with a different way. And so part of it is like doing videos, and part of it is writing, part of it is writing a book, part of it is doing events and meeting people and networking. And I'm doing all of that. And it's like for me, people like don't nobody know how much money I got. But like I would do what I'm doing in any financial situation. Like I'm doing like I wouldn't necessarily change. Like I'm able to do the things that I want to do because the things that I want to do don't really cost a lot of money. But I don't know. I just I don't know. For all the time that I've been doing this stuff, right? I've always been traveling. Like I don't always post like, "Hey, I'm here, I'm there." I'm like doing shit, and y'all ain't doing shit. Haha. Like I ain't that type of person. But I always travel. Like me and my family, we done been all over the place. Um, Always in nature, doing everything that I want to do. So for real, I be feeling rich as fuck. But it's just like I know I'm not like got a gazillion dollars or no shit like that, but I do like my truth is that I do everything that I want to do, and I don't know. I'm very fortunate, but I used to be fucked up. I really had to learn a lot about money, because it was a long road that I'm still traveling on. False premise 11. If I leave an unwanted situation, I will find what I'm looking for. Hey, where's my baby? Where's your baby daddy at? We gotta talk. We got to talk to your baby daddy. Hold on. Jermaine, we doing this video on YouTube, right? And we came across this false premise that I know you gonna love to hear. Cause we got your baby mama. She here watching the video. Y'all both here. So let's look at this one together. If I leave an unwanted situation, I will find what I'm looking for. So you know how Teresa, when she left you, what she say? Since I'm leaving you, I'm gonna find me a better man than you, Jermaine. I'm gonna find me a better man than you. Why I'm bringing y'all both here, because the title of this video is called Flawed Premises. It was a flawed premise. See, what had happened was, I'm just playing. Some of y'all gonna be like, no, I had to leave my baby daddy hood. You don't understand. He was horrible. I understand. Everybody say that. Anyways, y'all should have worked it out. I'm just doing a hypothetical sketch. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm just for the people who was in this type of situation with baby daddies and baby mamas, because we don't do the shadow work in our relationships. Per my last video, we fuck them and duck them. We smash and pass, right? We don't stay around. Why? Because when we leave an unwanted situation, we gonna find what we looking for. We don't got to do no work in the relationship that we in, because if it ain't right, it ain't right. We gonna move on, find somebody better. Flawed premise. If you in a relationship, if you in one, work it out, talk it through, do what you gotta do. Because usually it don't have really nothing to do with your partner more than it have to do with you aligning to your soul. Try it. Try to work it out. Try to have the conversations. Try to find something new within your relationship. Don't get used to everything being everything. Probe. Flawed premise 12. There is a finite container of resources that we are all dipping into with our requests. False. There is unlimited resources. What is unlimited resources? Creativity, imagination, marketing. Think about people. What do people need? People need their belly buttons cleaned. I still haven't seen a good belly button cleaning business. People need their toe jam scrubbed off. People got that like little white stuff on the bottom of their feet. Okay. Look at your flip flops right now. What's that brown stuff on the bottom of it? See, you can start a business right now. Flip flop cleaner. These are just 3 ideas that just came off the top of my head. $1 million ideas. I do this for fun. I'm a marketing genius. I love it. Like I just love creating and having new ideas and stuff like that. I just came up with some cool shit. I'll be inspired by stuff. This set that I'm about to show y'all was inspired by a Valtrex commercial. Y'all know what Valtrex is? It reminded me of like a pharmaceutical commercial. Feel me? That's slide number one. I'm imagining it to be like a little magazine ad. Y'all know what Valtrex is. Y'all know exactly what Valtrex is. I know my crowd. You feel me? I just be having fun. I just be creating things. It's unlimited. You could do shit all day. Just create stuff. Just create stuff. Unlimited creation. You should try it. Sleep. The true premise is that there is no end to the abundance that is flowing. There is no end to it. Y'all know exactly what Valtrex is. There are right ways and wrong ways to live. That's false. There is the way that you choose to live, and there's the way that I choose to live. You can get mad. How you gonna be mad that I chose to live my life a certain way when you can choose to live your life a certain way? Come on now, you gotta think about it. Flawed premise 14. There is a God who, having considered all things, has come to a final and correct conclusion about everything. If that was the case, he would have put lace fronts in the Bible. Thou shalt not wear lace fronts. But we are ever evolving to a species that's, getting niggas got lace. Guess who got a lace front? Y'all gonna be surprised. Akon. Akon got the Yaki. Akon got the Yaki. He got the Yaki. Yaki. My boy got the Yaki. That's a false premise. God didn't. He would have said, "Thou shalt not get Yaki." Akon hair didn't look like this in 2015 when he was talking about "I wanna love you." He had a baldy. Shit, crazy. I wanna love you with my lace front. Cause these people got so much money, they don't even know what to do. They just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just give me a lace front. Like, I'm just bored. There is a God who, having considered all things, has come to a final and correct conclusion about everything. That cannot be true. He for sure would have banned lace fronts. He would have said something about it. But we are ever evolving. Just imagine what y'all gonna be on 5 years from now. Just imagine. Just imagine. I can't. I can't. I can't. See, I didn't see the BBLs coming. I didn't see that coming. Like I was, oh, we doing that. Okay. I wanna love you. You just go to the goddamn Captain J's, getting a 2-piece, and oh, cement booty. All right. She getting a 2-piece, I'm getting a 2-piece. This is just the world we live in now. I wanna love you. You already know. Flawed premise 15. You cannot know while you are still in your physical body the true reward or punishment for your physical action. The true premise, because the evolution and expansion of what you do are vibrationally so extraordinary, only in your absolute absence of resistance will you be able to fully behold it. And that will be when you reemerge to non physical. That's when you'll feel your real awareness of the beauty and magnificence and contribution of that which is you. You can come close in your physical body, but it's only in non physical that there is enough absence of resistance for you to really know who you are. So we tend to think that what we're doing is so important, but I don't know why we get lied to so much. Like, I don't get it, right? Or why we lie to ourselves. You could literally do whatever you want to do. And there is nothing that says, oh, hey, you know you shouldn't be doing that, right? You know you shouldn't be doing that. And if it is, that's a flawed premise. Like, if it is somebody like that in your life, making sure that you don't do things that you absolutely want to do and you grown, you better call the police or something, man, because that shit crazy. You need to file charges, get a restraining order on that person, move to a different country. I'm not about to have no adult telling me what I can or can't do. I'm going to call the police on your ass. That got to be a crime. Kidnapping me. Flawed premise 16. By gathering data about the manifestations or results of the way that people of the earth have lived and are living, we can effectively sort them into piles of right and wrong. That's what Kanye was doing, though. He was talking about this race of people. Like, in my neighborhood, there's a lot of Jewish people, and these people don't own record companies, dog. They just don't. They just regular ass people. Like, they so regular that I think most people don't never even know what Jewish people are. And then if, like, say for instance, if it's a million Jews and the Jewish people that you know is in the record business, that you probably know 15, 20, 30, 100 Jews. And it's a million Jews. But since you know 100 Jews, you say all Jews is like this. You fucking crazy. It even like it makes it and what do people say? Well, all women is like this. All black people is like this. You know why people do that? Because they want it to be right and they want it to be wrong. You know how people be like, and it work both ways. You know, you got these Pan Africans talking about African Americans this and black people that, and you know, black people is black people. They good and they bad. They might rob you. They might loan you $50 when you really need it. I mean, and y'all gonna get in all these types of conversations with people about these things, and it's just like Kanye got y'all arguing about shit that don't even matter. Flawed premise number 17. Only very special people, like the founder of our group, can receive the right message from God. Everyone is an extension of source energy. Is nobody that's special because they read Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. Is nobody that's special because they took a class or read a book or did a meditation. Since we are alive and we are living, we are extensions from soul force energy. We could be completely oblivious to that shit. And we could be looking at people and imagining them to be more spiritual than we are. But that's complete and total bullshit. That's a false premise. And that shit don't help you. Thinking that a person is super spiritual is not going to help you. That shit don't even matter. Just going to make you look even more stupider because you ain't did shit with yourself. Flawed premise 18. By ferreting out the undesirable elements in our society, we can eliminate them. You really can't eliminate anything. And I guess we try to run from certain things. And we try to protect ourselves from certain things. What that turns into is a prison where it's only you, because you can't run from yourself. You can push everybody out of your life. You can push everybody out of your house, but you can't push yourself out of yourself. It's a real powerful relationship that a person can develop with themselves, or else you project the lack of relationship with yourself on other people, and it look really, really crazy. Flawed premise 19. A good relationship is one which the dominant intention of each person involved is to find agreement and harmony with the other. So, summarizing, a good relationship is when we agree, or the dominant person takes the lead and we follow the dominant person. That's a false premise. The true premise is when there's two or more people who have souls and they decide to follow their souls. And maybe we sync up and maybe we match up. But if we don't, we're okay with it because we're both following our souls. There's no confusion. False premise number 20. When I focus upon things of a physical nature, I am less spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Why is everything spiritual? Because you are spiritual. And everything is perception. Everything that you perceive, since you are a spiritual being, is a spiritual expression. When you are engaged in life in its fullness and everything that you want, that is a spiritual experience. And there's going to be some physical things there. You're not going to be sitting in a goddamn dark tunnel saying, oh my God, I'm so spiritual and I feel so great. You want to experience life in the world in all of its fullness and not be afraid of it. But usually we tend to regress. Like for me, it's like, oh, I'm too spiritual for that. I don't need that. I don't need that. But now I just be like, I'm going to get the thing that I want to get. I'm going to do the thing that I want to do because, like, I've been working with this energy. And he was like, man, if you gonna work with me, you can't be dressing like that, man. You gonna have to get your shit together. Cause like, you know, how can you be a man of God and you look crazy? How you representing God and you just out here living the bum life? It don't add up. So when you actually tuned in and tapped into something, you can look good and feel good and buy things and have things. It's part of the law of attraction. False premise 21. It is my job as a parent to have all of the answers so that I can teach those answers to my children. Your children have souls. That you'll have 4 children, and they're all not all going to do the same thing. They're all going to go do different things. They're all going to pull up to different truck stops and have different experiences at those truck stops, and they're all not going to get gas. And you told every child the same thing. You had a mom, and when your mom was telling you what you should do, you're like, yes, mom. Okay, mom. You couldn't wait till she went to work. As soon as she went to work, you was calling your boyfriends over, your girlfriends over. You didn't give a shit what your mom was talking about. Don't think that your children is all receptive to your ass. What make you think that? Why would you even think that? Was y'all listening to y'all moms and doing everything that y'all mom told y'all to do? Or was as soon as y'all mom turned her back, you was doing whatever the fuck you wanted to do? So why you think your children is going to be any different? False premise. Finally, and this is something that I have to work on. I can criticize successful people and still achieve my own success. When you see people that's being successful, or you view it as being successful, celebrate for them. Feel good for them. Because when you hate on them or feel a certain type of way or feel like this or feel like that, you blocking your own blessings because they in their own vortex and their own paradigm. And they ain't gonna knock on your door like, hey man, I just got rich. You want $50? It ain't gonna work like that. There's so much success around you. I think one of the best things is like driving around neighborhoods or being around people. Like anytime I'm ever around successful people, that success rubs off on me. Don't block your blessings by hating on people. Like really champion success as you see success. It's really limitless of all of the things that's possible. And don't shoot yourself out. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, rather. So yeah, I just did this video because I felt like it. Felt like this would be a good late night video, a good late night talk. Be sure to check out the Substack. Got a new moon article, hot off the presses. Link is in the description on that joint right there. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on a new moon or not. I might not. But the article is there. Everybody be doing new moon videos now, and it just be like, whatever. Set your intentions, blah blah blah. But I'm for sure read this article, but do your own research. I'm very tuned in and tapped into this new moon. I hope y'all do read the article and get some alignment, tap into some spiritual energy, and recognize this new moon to be a powerful new moon. But with that being said, man, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you like this channel. Shout out to Akon with the him and this girl got matching yaki. Hey, look at that. They got the matching yaki. So cute. Anyways, y'all have a good night. I will see y'all on the flip side. The book, I don't know if y'all interested. The Essential Law of Attraction. The Teachings of Abraham, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Peace.